Here with us now, NBC News political director and editor for MSNBC.com's First Read, Chuck T. Oh, and he's got the map with him, which means he can break this down for us. Bring us the latest, Chuck. How does it look to you at this point?
Morning, team. Well, how it looks versus where things are today. This is where we had things over the weekend. Still sitting here at 264 for Obama, 163. But let's get realistic. Where Obama is leading right now, he's leading in Colorado. We know he's leading in Virginia. We know he's got a small but significant lead in Florida. If he just carried those three in the battleground, he'd already be at 313. And right now, he's up in those three states. It's tough. The rest of the battleground, Nevada, Missouri, Indiana, Ohio, North Carolina, those are pure toss-ups. But so what? If Obama is up in these three, and you're hearing very negative comments come out of the McCain campaign about Colorado, they're not feeling great about it. Virginia, you're hearing a lot of hand-wringing among state Republicans. And then there's Florida, which has really slipped away from McCain, and that's one of those that's a head-scratcher, and it's very frustrating to them.
And Chuck Todd, the most remarkable thing is you talk about these states. Yesterday I was on the phone with state party leaders in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
There is no ground game. I talked to one of the most powerful leaders in Pennsylvania. They say the Republicans have absolutely no ground game. As you and I both know, the ground game is what actually drives numbers up beyond even what you're reporting this morning.
Let me give you some interesting stats here. Our buddy John Ralston, he's sort of the guru of Nevada politics out there in Nevada. He tracks this early vote every day. Already, the Democrats have hit in early voting, the first 3 or 4 days and the last 3 or 4 days are always the heaviest. In these first 3 or 4 days, Democrats have already done about twice as better as Republicans as the Bush-led campaign of 4 years ago. And already the low for Republican ballots being turned in. Now, we don't know exactly how these folks are actually voting, but we know the number of Democratic ballot requests versus Republican ballot requests, and the number being turned in on the Republican side is already low. They already had their worst day of turn-ins yesterday than they did in any of the early voting days 4 years ago. North Carolina, we're seeing similar type 2-to-1 advantages of the Obama and Democratic ballots being turned in than the Republican ballots. And these are just states we can measure right now on this stuff, that track this stuff. The ground game, it is just absent from the McCain side. You cannot see any kind. And I tell you, if they don't have a ground game, Missouri's going to slip away from them. At this point, the only state that I feel good about for McCain is Ohio. And of all places. And can you imagine Ohio, they end up carrying it, and they still don't win this election? That would be very frustrating to Republicans.